course, we are going to see the traditional front-to-front, the junglers, Zaida and versus Demon Kite, Fredrin versus Martis. Well, it's not the end of the world. It's still a pretty fun one, but of course, I want to see how it goes because eventually, when it comes to starting compositions, I guess Echo PH, they are going to send the Roman down mid and the Mage down towards XP in here to start things off with a little bit more XP. I guess Echo PH, they really want to dominate their first Turtle Clash to try and get Sanji up on his level 4 as quickly as he can. And look at this, it's already level 2 alongside Wako, of course, but you know, it comes down to a little bit of execution here.
Nice Tyrant's Revenge. Light's going to be, take a little decent amount of damage on this one, and they're going to just kind of disengage at this point. But okay, let's talk. I mean, we know about the draft. You said it was 50-50, but who has to win the laning phase? Who has a bit of a, a clock on them?
I think when it comes to Echo PH, they definitely need to play this a little bit slow, at least towards the middle stage of the game, right? Like, they need to be able to snowball a little bit in order to kind of prevent Iman from getting super out of control, because Iman is going to tank through Fredrin's shield and HP very quickly here, but in this case, he's going to get caught out here.
Zaida, that's one hook, and he's going to use the Energy Eruption just to get to safety. He dashes over the wall, he's going to be fine. The Tyrant's Revenge a little bit off the mark, but now Yaoi has to flicker, he has to bouncy ball away, and yeah, I guess RSG made them waste some of their cooldowns here, but all in all, no kills.
Yeah, as soon as I say that Echo PH should be playing a little bit slow, RSG PH, it seems like they want to try and accelerate Iman's farm, because right now the win condition for them is to make sure that Iman gets the necessary farm in order to snowball on this tanky composition, right? Light, right now on this Franco, does have his nerves despite the previous patch here. Franco is not as much strong as he can, but now Turtle Clash comes in, it is going to be important for them.
Oh, the turtle! Demon Kite will steal it. The fast fingers are on point. Nat's going to be there. They do have the nice suppression. The Bloody Hunt locking him down. And mind you, Joy has been killed. Nats, that is. And they have the flicker from Sanford. He's going to get away. Yaoi had died as well. It's 1-1.
Yeah, this is so important for both sides. Like, the first clash, as soon as I was talking about it here, they needed to win this 50-50. Yeah, it's a big dub coming from Demon Kite, but losing Nuts, not exactly a good sign, because that means Sanford will be able to do what he wants as a Lapu Lapu. And Nina, remind you, Lapu Lapu is so underrated in the mid game.
Definitely. And, you got to harass him, and you got to make sure that he has to fight for his farm, so to speak. Light flickering away, Tyrant's Revenge just on the backside, but the real world manipulation, that's going to be committed. That was the stolen one, but Light is just too tanky at this point.
Yeah, Yaoi, if he had the flicker, he would have just connected there, but unfortunately, it was on cooldown. So fortunately for RGPH, they will escape with a little bit of confidence. So buying time is going to be the key winning factor, but Echo PH, they're playing a little bit aggressive now, as they want to try and stop Demands from down bottom. It seems like they are already preemptively setting up for the turtle, like 45 seconds ahead of time, but looks like there is going to be a
revenge. They're going to focus it up, and Light is going to get blown up. He was just trying to walk through the life of a roamer. Sometimes you just check a brush, and then you just get blown up.
Yeah, that was huge. Like, this is like something that RGPH wasn't expecting as well. Like, I think Echo PH going for this early gank, I would say early setup, it was just them getting caught off guard. So that just means that if things didn't work the way it should, like if Sanford just lost his lane up top, this play right here would have been very costly coming from Echo PH.
Yes, definitely. But it looks like they're going to back off here. I mean, the turtle is up in about 7 seconds, so that's going to be the next big engagement here. But Zaida stick it around. A little bit of a dance with Demon Kite, just checking each other out more than anything else. But now the turtle is here.
Yeah, when it comes to this turtle fight, I think RGB, like, they need Light to get that perfect hook to actually shut it down, but half HP, they got the hook though!
Oh, the real world manipulation, they've got him with the Bloody Hunt. The combo is on point. Sanford has been killed, but the turtle has been taken already by RSGPH. Can they get anything else? They use Bennett's Rage, Hiru's Patches, anything to keep Yaoi there, but he's been locked in. He's going to be killed, and Demon Kite gets a kill.
Oh boy, like as soon as I say it, like sometimes I gotta call myself a prophet, but this is very, very important for RGPH. Like, they have been punished and pressured all this way through. This is go time for them, and can they take advantage of it? Because Iman now is level 7, just barely 5 minutes a game. This is a very powered farm carry, and by the 8-minute, 9-minute mark, if Echo does nothing about this, RGPH is just gonna completely dumpster all the tankiness coming from Echo PH, and even the itemization as well. Zaida, he just got his Radiant Armor, not necessarily the greatest item to do with the burst coming from Iman later on.
But I mean, RSGPH have done a good job of creating a lot of space for Iman. They got that T1 very early. Now RSG is making an appearance into the mid lane, hopefully looking to push that one in. But again, this is a, RSGPH have played this well. They're up 1.8K. This is exactly how they wanted this game to go.
Yeah, but in this case, Iman, look at this, the damage coming in though, and Sanford now getting caught up.
Oh, the bloody hunt, the real manipulation.
He gets out, oh my goodness. And now Echo PH, they have to fall back with the beat coming in from Nas. They are going to try and zone them out, but this prolonged fight is not helping at all. As RSGPH, they are able to zone them out, but at the same time, they've got bigger pictures here. The middle tower will be taken down though, coming from RSGPH.
RSGPH doing quite well. I mean, they killed Sanji, which is a huge one, plus they got that T1. That is actually very huge at this point. Yes, it's only 6 minutes, but I mean, look at that 2.7K net worth lead. The turtle is going to be up very shortly, and they've already pushed out most of these towers. So if anything, Echo have to be, very reactionary to that. They have to counter it. They have to fix the lanes before they can make their way to the turtle. But as I say that, it looks like the heroes are starting to amass around the turtle now.
Oh boy, Echo. I don't think they should actually fight this as well. Like, Iman, he just got his golden staff, and Iman is in position to contest this. So Echo PH, this is going to be a risky gamble, but they are going to force the issue though. Light. First one down.
He's just walking into that one. He just gets blown up with a Bennett's Rage. Ashura Aura from Demon Kite. He's going to back off here, but that's one opening. Nats has now joined the fight, and Echo does have that advantage. Mind you, outplayed his top lane. They're 10, but they've got 2. The Rule Manipulation, that's going to be committed. They're going to exit the zone. They're going to be fine. The Turtle's continuing to be gone on. It's about half-life. Demon Kite sticking around. He wants to fight this. He doesn't want to give it up for free, but it looks like with Light just making an appearance, it's too late.
Yeah, that was a little bit an awkward start here. Like RSGPH, they have the perfect tools to work with, but they were just not in position. So Echo PH was able to just, pick them off bit by bit. And on top of it all, Echo PH, they were just one step ahead in terms of position. So nicely done. Coming from Echo PH, they really took advantage of the AoE burst that Outplay can be bringing to the table, which is very, very nice. But once again, RSGPH, like, I'm not sure what is going on with your minds. They're just always setting up for fights right from the get-go. And Echo PH, one wrong move, they are going to get bursted down if they walk in towards the wrong bush right now.
I like it. I mean, this matchup is crazy, right? You have like 2 heavyweights just going at it. They're trading blow for blow. It's not like one guy is just kind of beating up one guy and just letting him go, but they're actually counter punching, right? Echo knew how to get back in this game. They took a big chunk of that lead down. They got themselves in. Yes, they're still far behind, but they now have a little bit of an opening, right? It's all about the baby steps. Make sure that you do smart things, smart decisions, so you're not sacrificing anything, so that you give your team a chance to win.
Oh, the time
Yaoi going in way too deep. He's going to be left for dead. Aqua will snipe him out. The real manipulation is just going to zone out the rest of them, but it looks like they want to continue on. Zaida's going ham, and they've got him, and Sanji's on the backside. He's focusing on Aqua, but he's taking a lot of damage. Joy, now they've got the bloody hunt. They're locking down Sanjay. He flickers to safety. Demon Kite's already been killed. Nas is going to take him out. He's going to run away. Sanji's going to be killed as well.
Wow, this is huge. This is huge for Echo PH. Like, they needed to slow down Iman's farm. And because of this, they were able to kind of bounce back. But the question here is, even if they got them this, can they get more out of this? Because it's not enough. They're losing so much map control, especially when they lost this early mid-tier 1 to RSGPH. Yes, they're able to stop Iman. He's very close to his DHS, but once that comes in, this is not good looking for Echo PH, but look at the best position to contest and force a fight right now against RSGPH.
Look at the net worth lead. It's like, it's next to nothing right now. It's a 50-50 at this point again. And you see how these two teams are very familiar with each other. They understand the play styles. They know what's going on. And they know how to get back in this game. Look at this Lord now. This Lord dance is actually huge for not only the objective, but to kind of dictate the pace of the next 5 or so minutes, right? It's the 10-minute mark here. Of course, this is the first Lord. And now Zaida is just tanking it up in the front.
Yeah, this is tough. This is tough. They need Iman's DHS up right now. You can see Iman, he's trying to
the hook.
farm because of that, but they forced the fight though.
Real manipulation. They got him. And then it looks like life is getting very low, but they're going to look to kill. Sanford kills him out. Sanford now on the back line. Iman's been killed. Most of the damage has been there, but Zaida's going to be killed in return. Demon Kite is trying to fight this, trying to get into this one, trying to do as much damage as possible. Yawi misses the Tyrant's Revenge, and it looks like they're going to disengage at this point, but it's a 2-for-1, and that was slightly favored in Echo's way.
Oh boy, like the little things that Echo PH is doing is just incredible. They found the timing, and you can see the desperation for RGPH, right? Like, hey, Iman needs his DHS. Like, they're trying to get farm for him, and while he's trying to look for farm, Echo PH punishes that. And there's this huge, and now, even now, right now, they're still forcing a lot of fight, and there's nothing RGPH can do. But Yawi
they're going in! Naps has been blown up! Demon Kite has been killed as well, and the Lord is looking to be killed as well, and Outplayed will take that one. Echo win that one in spades. They've gotten 2 kills in addition to the Lord. That's exactly what you want as Echo.
This is huge, but again, Yawi went absolute catch once again, but Light now gonna be in a little bit of trouble here. He's gonna be caught out. Echo, they're gonna try and collapse, but fortunately for him, he's gonna be but he pulls them back right under the tower. Zaida's gonna be bursted down. Iman looking for the size here. Yawi tries to sacrifice his life, but they will lose 2 for nothing, potentially, but Zaida, he actually gets out.
Yeah, very taking. Iman was focusing his attention onto Yawi. Yawi had jumped it, and he was like, all right, I'm going to sacrifice myself. Jumped into Iman, and Iman was like, okay, I'll take that one out. But unfortunately, he wasn't able to kill Zaida in return. So that they're going to back off here. Now the Lord is going to crash into top lane. RSG will easily take that one out. But it's a bit of a coin flip at this point. But, you know, the 3K net worth lead going the way of Echo.
I don't know if that was intentional, but from the way that I saw it, Yawi looked like he was feeding, right? Technically, he just dived in the tower for no reason. He tried to predict a play onto his Iman, etc. But that play right there, even though he died, bought like 3 seconds and stopping Iman from actually rotating to collapse Zaida, and bought like 2 seconds for Zaida to get out. So I would say that was a very, very good sacrificial play, even though it looks like he's feeding. But if Zaida doesn't die, they still have the momentum in Echo PH's favor.
Yeah, and actually, I don't think if Yawi doesn't do that, I think Zaida dies, right? Iman would definitely have focused him and would bursted him down. But Yawi was like, all right, I got this. It's okay for me to die. I'm just a level 11 Kufa right now. You know, it's not the worst thing in the world. I think it was a good team play.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I don't know if it's intentional, but that was a very, very smart play. Like, they cannot afford to let Iman get super out of control. Like, getting a kill on a roamer, it's better than getting a kill on a jungler, right? Like, you get way much more go on the targets here. Like, if you have a little bit more gold net worth here, in this case, Sanford definitely, sorry, not Sanford, Zaida is pretty much on the top of the network from the side of Echo PH. So if you get a kill on that, that's going to be skyrocketing whatever Echo PH is trying to deny of, and which is giving Iman farm right from get-go. And right now, Outplay is still like 1.3k ahead of him. So that's still a good sign for Echo PH. But this is what I'm talking about. Mid to late game is where Echo PH strive. But once you reach towards full slaughter, 6 slaughter, level 15 wise, RGPH, we have Iman that's going to be able to go ham on anyone on the side of Echo PH.
Yeah, and that's going to be a scary point. It's like you need to ensure, you know, the right initiation is on, like, going to be there. Yawi needs to focus on, he needs to understand who needs to die, who needs to be controlled, right? It really comes down to Yawi making plays. Are they able to win those team fight? Where was Yawi? How did he do? We're going to have to find out.
Oh boy, Iman, he just got his DHS, and technically he almost got it based on his components like 5 minutes ago, but because of him dying multiple times, he's pretty much delayed here. But Yawi, once again, he's gonna make an attempt here.
And they're going to go for it, but it looks like they're going to be a little bit off. They're going to flicker for this, but, you know, Iman and them have kind of phantom stepped away, but they did get light. They got one thing. They're now turning this around, and now Nats is going to join the fight. The Rhythm of Joy just doing some AoE damage. He's bursting him. Sanji gets killed. Eventually, Nats is going to focus on that one, and it looks like they've got Demon Kite as well. Do they get something in return? They do. Nats will perish. Oh, but the nice knife shot kills Yawi. He's going to be killed, and it looks like it's a 3-for-2 in favor of Echo.
This is huge. This is huge. 3v2 RSG PH. Technically, they can still contest it, but Iman, he's got to pull it big because Echo PH, he still have to do it. Zaida only has Retribution in 7 seconds, so technically he will have it, but RSG PH just not gonna take the gamble against this here, knowing that Outplay does have the kill potential to actually threaten him. So I would say it was a very awkward fight, but it seemed like RSG PH just needed a little bit more time on the Iman. So I guess it's still a win for Echo PH. They still have the momentum, but if RSG PH is able to hold on for like this Lord push, they are still in for the running to make an epic comeback.
Yes, definitely, you know, they have a potential, but I feel like the team fights are not going RSGPH's way because the fights are being taken to them. Echo are dictating when to fight, right? They're finding light, they're forcing it down. If he gets killed early, yeah, it sucks, and yeah, I mean, just the roamer, but it's one of those things where he provides a lot of control. If he was able to hook you, get the bloody hunt, let the team kind of burst everybody down, you're going to have a much better team fight than what we're seeing. So it seems like they need to kind of amass better, to take different angles and let light start the fight.
I like how RSGPH is swapping their sequencing here, especially out for light, right? Like Nuts is pretty much the guy that, you know, comes through as the second point of attack. You know, he always comes in later because of the fact that he is going to be shoving up the side lanes. But Light here has been playing really well because of the fact that he understands who to use his bloody hunt in. In this case, Sanford has been one of the underrated heroes that you'll be watching out for, because every time he dives in, he's going to be dishing out so much damage, and you cannot allow this Lapu to do whatever he wants. So in this case, right now, looks like Echo, they just want to deny the purple buff for now, play it safe against RGPH.
Yeah, they're going to look to just invade the enemy. Oh, but the nice Tyrant's Revenge. They caught Demon Kite. He's taking a lot of damage. He's going to get back to safety. The real world manipulation, the Bloody Hunt has been used. Sanford is going to be killed. E-Man is starting to do some damage, and this is what we're talking about. How E-Man is getting to that critical mass of items, and he's starting to burst people down. 4-2-5, E-Man, you got to focus him out.
You know, Iman, he's doing the right things. He's definitely, you know, doing what he's needed as a carry player. But you have to give credit to Lightman. He understands who he needs to shut down. And that Bloody Hunt catch, that hook onto a Sanford just completely says, Echo PH, that's it for you. You don't have a space created no more. He gets completely shut down. And this is finally go time for RSGPH. And, you know, despite being oppressed for so long, I would say the oppressors are now feeling oppressed.
I mean, this is the way. I mean, they got 2 T2s in that one, so they won the team fight, but they're still behind. But if you can feel the momentum, and that 2K net worth lead is kind of negligible, right? At this point, RSGPH, I think, are kind of in the lead. If we were talking about just momentum alone, they definitely won it with that team fight, which was huge for them. They're back in this game. Now they back off and take the rest of their jungle.
Yeah, but based on the itemizations here, if you're talking about the three tanky heroes coming from Echo PH, right? Lapu, Fredrin, as well as the Kufra, only Zyda and Yaoi has the anti-Kira. So Sanford having the Blade Armor is not going to do anything against the damage being brought up from Iman. Like, the true damage just still goes through everything. So I guess now that RGPH, they understand that this is happening, taking down Sanford is way much easier compared to the rest. So I guess they are going to make a play, but here comes the conceal play though. Yaoi.
Yaoi tried to get it.
He tried. He definitely tried.
Yeah, I mean, E-Man was just trying to push the wave, and then they spotted him out, and Yaoi was made a beeline for him, tried to focus it. But if you're seeing what happens is that Outplayed is now going to deal with the minion wave in the top lane. They have a small opening, RSG that is, to kind of, you have a little bit of an advantage in terms of numbers, but as I say that, it's evened out now.
Yeah, but as soon as I say this, though, this Lord Pit coming in is going to be a little bit different as well, because it is going to be a stall match here. Whoever gets control of this Lord Pit right now is pretty much going to take, I would say, the fight into their favor. And in particular, Echo needs this aggression because they need to set up for Outplay's wombo combo AoE damage. So if RGPH dives without, you know, taking that into consideration, they are going to get completely obliterated.
All right, I'm worried. Sanford is all the way in the bottom lane. All worth it at this point. Iman will ensure that he gets that kill. Sanford is now there, but they've gotten the Lord, and that's a win for Echo.
Yeah, that's huge. That is huge. Like, they got the right catch coming in, but as of now, Zyda, he's gonna make an attempt here.
He's gonna go for this one, but the Lord has taken most of the brunt of the RSGPH damage, and I mean, it is just an early one in that sense, but Demon Kite, can they get any sort of follow-up? The hook has already been used. It's on cooldown. Now they're just chasing after them, and Echo are like, all right, I'm out of here, bro.
Okay. You know, we finally got to this stage. This is exactly what RSG wants. Echo, they realize the fact that, hey, you know what? I can't believe the game got dragged out in this phase here. Technically, we were just dominating the early game. Right now, they cannot afford to make any mistakes. You do see immortalities being purchased from Zyda. That means Echo PH is going to be put in a spot where they need to start building up those immortality swaps. They need to start building up those winter trunket economy as well. And once this happens, RSG PH, if they do not match it, they're going to be in a little bit awkward spot because as of now, Echo PH, they have the 3K economy lead. So technically, for this next 3 minutes, if RGPH builds up those economy, they will be able to still just completely win this fight. But of course, execution is going to be key. In this case, Yawi going to be the key to victory from Echo PH. He needs the perfect catch in order to win it for the team.
The issue, though, is that, yes, he's up front, he's scouting it out, but if he goes in, the rest of the team is so far behind, they're not going to happen. They disengage. That's the right call, especially since they were spotted out. Now, RSG are like, hey, we're going to take back our jungle, just try to, exert a little bit of map control, get ourselves back to at least a 50-50, push them back to the river. We have 70 more seconds on the Lord. We can slow the game down. At this point, the lead, it's slightly advantaged, to Echo, but all we need to do is just wait it out. We need to get this game to the late game, probably the 27-minute mark or so, and then we'll be able to make our final push.
Yeah, it's all about building economies, but we do see 2 immortalities up on Echo PH. RSG PH only has light available, and you don't really want to start the fight with light as the get-go, right? Like, RSG PH has been winning those fights because of the fact that they are reacting to Echo PH's mishaps. In this case, the win condition here is to shut down Sanford right on the get-go and then just winning the fight. So I guess RGPH, they're playing it safe. If Echo is not doing anything unnecessary, just farm up and, play safe. And 20 seconds left before this next Lord means that it is going to be very, very important here. Aqua, having the Winter Trunk in, is going to buy a little bit more time, but they have to switch up their rotations here on who should be starting the fight first.
Yeah. Oh, they're trying to find Nats. Oh, they're going to let him go. Okay, they're going to deal with the minions. Nats will take that one out. But let me talk a little bit about Outplayed. I mean, a little under the radar. Yes, he's gotten some kills left and right, but he's 6-0-4. As your marksman on the team, that's a perfect game, right? Positioning has been on point.
Yeah, I guess. But now with the Lord Pit coming in, Demon Kai trying to pull aggro away, but he gets the
hook,
though!
They found him and they blow up Sanji! They're going to take it out, and they're going to take Ayawi as well, and that's the opening. The Lord is now wide open. Echo with only 3 members. I don't think you can defend this or try to contest it at this point. They make a beeline for their base. They're going to defend as much as they can.
Oh, boy, that is huge. That is huge for life, man. Whatever happens, man, any hooks that you miss, if you hit the crucial one, you pretty much win the game. In this case, catching Sanji was huge for RSGPH, and now they are going to try and make an attempt to break the inhibitors. They still have immortality on Echo PH, but with 20 seconds left on the sideline for Echo PH, RSG is just going to try and milk Echo PH as much as they can.
They're going to try to slow it down. I mean, the minions have just spawned, buying a little bit of time, but they still have only 3 members. 10 seconds. That's the timer. Sanford gets out of the real-world manipulation. They focus on the base, and they're going to go for it. And they take it, and RSGPH get this one. They get game 1.
Huge, huge.